Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, and to the gang, whoever tunes in tonight. This is big news. Big news. So I was minding my own business. Sister Pee Wee, of course, sent me something that was really big news. Now I know Pee Wee ain't gonna be here at this time of night because she's busy, but I want to tackle this tonight. Yeah. So I just saw a report that our food is going to go up yet again. I'll tell you what's going on. I got my own opinions, but my own opinions is just my own opinions. So, what's going on? Well, I want to first share with you a package I came in. As you know, I was waiting for a package to come in today. Garbage is finally taken out. This. For dinner tonight, I had macaroni and cheese. That's right, I had some macaroni and cheese. Seems my bunny's hungry again because he's dancing. So, I had macaroni and cheese. There we go. So, basically, I bought a whole bunch of macaroni and cheese. Now I gotta feed this little hopper. Okay. So, basically, this is about food shortage. This is big news. Okay. Big news. So there's a heat wave. Everyone knows it. Chris, of course, one of my moderators, is bitching about it. You don't need to buy an air conditioner. Me and Mom bought an air conditioner. Well, good for you. The thing is, enjoy your high electric bill. Because you can't get away when they're raising the electric bill 40% nationwide. They're not going to allow someone with an air conditioner to turn around and enjoy it. They're just going to rack the bill up. That's why the management company doesn't want us to have one here. Okay. Beep, beep. Yeah, so anyways, I'm not going to be here to make fun of Chris. I'm here to talk for a minute before I go back to my game, which while I'm talking to you, I need to look up something. I use physical books for my games. Alright, so I'm working on a game now, and some people say, oh, what are you working on? It helps me with prepping, actually. So, I am trying to, So, this is the mining, this is the fishing, this is the tailoring, this is the whatevers. This is the recipe. Got to put kitchen in my house. But I'm not ready for that. I'm trying to figure out where. Okay, so I'm waiting to get the aging thing. Farming level 8 to get a cheese press. Cake's level 8, so I need to get to level 8 farming. Okay, that makes sense. See? Comes in handy once in a while, see? Okay, so basically we're having problems, severe problems, with our food shortages. Now I hope Zoe watches this a little later. I'll try to make it short as possible because this is scary news. So there's a heat wave, right? Going throughout the United States. Well, there's these ranchers. They decided to leave their cows, mind you, at the feed lot, right? Fatten them up before they go through the processing of slaughtering them, so you can have your steaks. Anyways, overnight, 10,000 or more cows died. They're saying, "Oh, it's the heat wave. It's the heat wave." Now, I watched some videos. I looked up some research while I was watching the video while cooking my mac and cheese. By the way, I did eat my mac and cheese. That's why I threw the box in there. And literally, it is scary. I don't think 10,000 cows can die all at once on a heat wave. I think something's very suspicious. I mean, think of it. As I told Pee Wee the other day, they're trying to basically wean off the weak party. They're trying to wean off all the useless eaters, and they're trying to basically only keep a workforce that they can afford. Anyone who's poor, they're going to jack the price up so they either have to work or they die. And so this is why I encourage you to stockpile. But there's people out there that says, "Oh well, I don't need to worry. I got a credit card." But if they turn around and says you're not wanted, they don't want you having it, and they turn it off. The government can do what they want when they want, how they want. So the government's doing this. The government's doing it for a reason. There is no reason they should be slaughtering this many cows for whatever reason. That's the thing. So I, on the other hand, got some more macaroni and cheese coming supposedly tomorrow. Yeah. So in the meantime, we just got to sit back and wait. But I implore you to stockpile because look what's going on, right? One of my mods says, like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to get a 10-pound chub." Oh, they're sold out. 10-pound chub of hamburger. Thing is you can't get a 10-pound chub because it's sold out. Everyone wants it. Now you got to ask yourself, how much money are you going to be willing to spend for your dinners? Are you going to pay that premium price for your steaks, maybe your ribs, or how about your roasts? Think about it. Everyone is going to be hurting, and that is not good. Not to mention they raised the pigs price because it goes like this. Okay, 10,000 cows die overnight. Then all of a sudden, the news comes around and says, "Well, we had to kill several million chickens. It was like 40 million chickens that were laying eggs, egg-laying chickens. 40 million. That's 40 million eggs a day. They lost. The farmers lost 40 million minimum. It could be 80 million chickens. All I know is we're taking on the burden. So because of it, you want mayonnaise, you better buy the stuff that was stocked up in Walmart before it runs out. Because once it runs out, they're going to go to the new price. That's the thing. So think about it from that point of view. You're like, "Oh, well, it's not that big of a deal." It is. It is literally a big deal. You sit there and you're like, "Oh, yes, it's all good." For you, maybe. For me, it's not all good. So anyways, you got to try stuff that you might not literally want to eat. That's like me, I always thought the cheap Kraft macaroni and cheese wasn't that good. But during the pandemic, you'll be glad you have the mac and cheese. Even if you don't have butter, you can still cook it up. I mean, I have cases and cases of it now. Yeah. So I bought a lot of it. And I got more ramen coming in. So I'm having ramen. I'm doing everything I can to survive, basically, And that means you might have to live on your canned goods you stockpile. So make sure to do it. There was, I want to look up something on Walmart real quick. Something that I want to make a statement on. Let me see. All right, let's. In the evenings I do this. Okay, so, Keystone. Here it is. Keystone beef. Look at this. Keystone beef. Nothing is in stock at your local Walmart. Order it, and you can get a 28-ounce can of beef for approximately 3+ days shipping with third-party support. Great value. Corned beef, meats, beef chunks. Everything here is sold out. Pee Wee was just talking about this today. Even the Hormel dried beef's out. The 4-packet chicken chunks, pick up only now. They're not shipping it unless Pee Wee's got some way of shipping it without me knowing. Mary Kitchen roast beef hash, pick up only or 2 days. So you can get roast beef hash if you want roast beef. Dinty Moore beef stew. Who was it they're saying? Might have been Chris or Higgins that was talking about it the other day. But you see where I'm going with this, right? Everything is pickup. Even chili's being picked up. So There you have it. Look at this. My favorite spam right there. Pickup only. $4 a can. I just wanted to share that with you. Keystone beef. I bet you can find it at Amazon. Maybe. Let's look. I just want to look. Keystone canned meat. Okay. 2 cans of Keystone beef. 14-ounce cans. $28. Keystone big. 28 ounces. 101. So they're trying to Keystone chicken. $100. So they're basically trying to scalp you. So the scalpers are out in force. So if you're gonna go and look at this canned stuff here, don't. They're scalping. You're gonna have to wait it out and just grab what you can. Chicken and dumplings. Look at this. Pack of 12, $20. And you gotta look at that. Premium ham. Premium canned ham. $21 for 2. B&M brown bread original. Bread and can. Country sausage gravy. Only for small business. That's interesting. Armor beef stew. I mean, look at this. This price is just ludicrous. I mean, literally, you were paying almost $20 for a can of, if you can get a hold of third-party support. I mean, that's why I was saying Keystone right there. So what you want to do is you want to basically get what you can, when you can, how you can, before you freaking sit there and go hungry, and then you go and decide to kill someone because you need food and someone else prepped for it before you. I mean, look, you don't think shit's hitting the fan and you still sit there, oh, well, I got my air conditioner and my credit card. I'm good. But realize you're good. And yet, look, we got a beef crisis coming. We have a beef crisis. We have a chicken crisis. Remember what I said the other day? And what's her name? Zoe. Gigi said. She says, "Oh, you're well informed." Let me put it this way: when they started turning around and doing, well, your peanut butter salmonella, now they're actually giving refunds for the salmonella. They're actually, Higgins got like 3 jars coming to him, 3 coupons. 3 coupons. I don't know how he managed 3. But, but, but yeah. But me, I'm not going to waste my time sending Chloe out to use a coupon for peanut butter. Most places don't take peanut butters anyways, so, but at least they're ponying up, right? So, anyways, picture it this way. You got, a cow problem, right? Before that, it was a chicken problem. Millions of egg-laying chickens were slaughtered because something to do with a virus. Coincidence? Oh yeah, there was a chicken virus. We had to kill them. Kill them all. And then peanut butter gets salmonella. We're recalling some, but they didn't refund or give anyone a refund with the salmonella. They said it was a voluntary recall on the chicken breasts because the chicken farmers and the chicken processing plants decided we could get more money by having them throw out the old chicken and keep basically saying, oh yeah, there's Campylobacter, oh there's salmonella, oh there's doggy barky, dirty, stinky, poopy syndrome in the dogs. What is that? Oh, it's just a rare disease birds get because dogs bite them. I mean, literally. I mean, think of it this way. They're basically, I threw that in there as, they're basically trying to basically con you so you can turn around and buy more chicken breasts. So now we got a 40, 50 million plus chickens, but the numbers are slow. They're way up there. I mean, you're looking way up there, And then you have all these chickens slaughtered. Now we got, well, it's a massive heat wave. We lost some cows. Really? We lost cows. Now, watch your beef go up in price again. Not to mention the chicken price is going through the roof too. And this is why I keep telling you all to prepare. You must prepare before it gets too late. That's the thing. But no, you think, oh, well, the government will take care of me. It's the government. Uh, so So that's what it is. I mean, literally. So basically, I wanted to share that with you all. Yeah. So we're standing around, we're hurting like crazy. And yet, people out there, don't think anything's wrong. Really. So you think the government's just going to sit there and be like, here you go, here's another $2.50 for your food stamps, make it last for a month. I mean, look, I've gotten cases of ramen, cases of mac and cheese, more cases of mac and cheese, more ramen, coffee, and I'm stocking up again next month. You all sit there and say, well, the government gives us and we don't need to worry, really. So what if you basically found out there was $250 each for food stamps, hypothetically, next month? They decided to give it to you. And yet you went to the store and there was nothing. Store is empty, picked clean because the preppers decided to basically cash in. They're going to survive. Whereas you are standing around going, oh, I'm hungry. We're trying to eat. Do you think the government's going to sit there and raid the prepper's house? No. The government's not going to go raid someone's house because we prepped properly. No. Government's going to sit there and be like, oh, well, it's not our job to help you. I mean, each government official that you think owes you something is going to basically be worried about their own family than freaking worry about, oh, well, I mean, they're going to have to cut corners. I mean, literally. I'm going to be, I've taught you the basics, I thought. Buy what you need. Oh, well, I need air conditioner. It's so hot. Oh, no, my electricity bill went up to $800 because I had to use an air conditioner. There's a couple of neighbors talking about buying it. That's why I said they know their bill's going to go through the roof. I mean, literally, to me, it's like, go ahead, spend it. No one cares. I, on the other hand, don't give a shit. So basically, that's something you need to think about. 10,000 cows dead. Coincident? I don't think so. I think what's happening is they're killing off our food supply and blaming it on natural. Oh, yeah, well, there's heat wave. And this is just the beginning of summer. The beginning of summer. Yeah, think about it. It's the beginning of summer. Summertime. Summertime. Think of it. 10,000 cows, and yet people sit there and say, oh, well, Yeah. Crypto is tanking. Wow. Isn't that interesting? See? Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I didn't get to see the stock market's final numbers. Did it raise for the last hour? Did it raise? So what was the drop number this time? So it dropped 741 points today. So it actually stopped right there. Okay, so that was about right. Wow. Now, isn't that something? Wow. Open it. It's gonna open at 29 tomorrow. For what is tomorrow? Thursday. Okay, so Friday. So it isn't bad, but it ain't great either. Crypto is tanking. I mean, their Ponzi schemes falling, but you got to remember the other thing is. Let me put it this way. All right. Cow shortages, beef prices through the roof. Which, by the way, with 10,000 cows, I want to go see how much beef is right now in Wally World. Not in the can either. People can't get a hold of that beef in a can. You know, people are like, oh, yeah, I'm going to give me 10 pounds of hamburger and I'm going to be a happy little fat cow eating 10 pounds of hamburger. Bullshit. 3 pounds, okay. 10 pounds currently is $31. So basically, I'm rounding up to the nearest dollar. So that's about what there is no tax. But $31 for 10 pounds. That's $3.10 pretty much per pound. And that is like the crappiest brand of hamburger. And yet, you hear these stores being like, oh, I have a restaurant and I buy the premium hamburger because I got to have premium hamburger. See? And yet, you're paying more. But if you cut out your payment and you didn't buy the premium hamburger and you bought the crappiest stuff, you might survive. But pandemic like this, I'm going to give you a tip of the day. That's right. Before I go and disappear. Tip of the day is simple. Hear me roar. 10,000 cows go get killed. Hundreds of million chickens or so. They say like 40 million, but the numbers are low. Because think of it, $10.59 plus. I mean, Chloe went to the grocery store today. She said she went to the store for me. She said she gave me the receipt. It was like $9.99. $9.99 for a packet of turkey breast. And it was $4.99 for a package of pepperoni. And it was $9.99 for smoked ham. And she said it was $5.99 for a loaf of bread. One stinking loaf of bread, $5.99. Think of it. People sit there and say, oh, well, I can live comfortably. Really? Sometimes you got to sit there and you got to plan carefully. And I'm talking plan carefully. And that means planning the most for what you have money-wise. Oh, I forgot to turn this on. Whoops. It was my fault this time. Okay, cool. So basically, you got to plan carefully. People sit there and they say, well, think of it. Pee-wee briefs me all the time. Moderator Pee-wee, let me tell you. When she turned around and told me she couldn't get any canned meats, I thought, well, think of this as a test. Keystone. If you're willing to pay almost $20 or so, I think it's like $12 currently, it's going to rise. When it hits $20, you're willing to pay $20 for a can of tinned beef? You're going to pay $30 for a can of tinned beef? Or are you going to sit there and plop down $40 for a can of tinned beef? I won't. While my house might be cluttered with boxes and cases of mac and cheese and ramen, at least, at least I will have something. Whereas others might not have anything because they decided, oh, well, the government's going to take care of me. And then all of a sudden they're sitting in the streets dying of starvation because they believe the government would take care of them, kick down the prepper's door to get the prepper's food. I mean, look, we're going into a world where we don't know what's going to happen. And that's why I keep telling you. I mean, look at today. They raised 0.75 percentage point in the Federal Reserve for the recession, trying to keep us out of recession, but we just went into a recession. Buying power for houses? Nil. Housing market's going to go. And then the entire food situation is going to be harder. Now, I have family in Texas. I wrote my family to find out what the situation is there for boots on the ground for them. So I know exactly what's going on. Because up here, things are sold out and they keep raising the prices as they restock. So they get a family size thing of mac and cheese by Stouffer's. It is now $40. $40 for a giant thing is Stouffer's mac and cheese. There's other things. I mean, you just heard me, $9.99 for a smoked ham, $9.99 for that. Chloe wouldn't buy the mayonnaise aisle. It's like $13.79 right now for mayonnaise. Who the hell's gonna pay $13.79 for a jar? They like, oh well, it's a food shortage. That's what they said, food shortage. See, food shortage, right? An egg shortage. Well, that's funny. That's why people, that's why unless you make a sandwich every day, make it last. I mean, literally, Pee Wee sent me 3 jars, and I appreciate it. Sent me plenty of canned chicken too. The thing is you have to prepare. So I got another delivery. It's like, you got a delivery Monday, right? Amazon didn't tell me your order has shipped. So I have a couple more tips for you. Something that I've been meaning to talk about, but it's kind of hard. My mac and cheese is now arriving on Monday. You gotta be fucking kidding me. So I ordered mac and cheese and it just finally, oh yeah, it left today. So now they're saying it's coming from Rossford, Ohio. Well, your mac and cheese will be delivered Monday. See, ain't gonna get it tomorrow. So I was looking forward to that. So this is why you have to make sure Amazon doesn't screw up. Okay, so let's just look here Monday, right? I just want to check something. So I ordered this June 7th, right? It's coming 13 days later. 13 days. This is why you got to be very careful with Amazon. If you have extra food laying around your pantry, you live on it while you wait for your food supply to restock, because Amazon's going to get worse and worse in shipping, and that's something I want to tell you about. Now they're saying my mac and cheese is coming Monday. Oh, great. So apparently my mac and cheese. Oh, great. So I ordered mac and cheese, right? They're basically sending 2 in one box, 3 in another box, and 3 in another box. So they're all saying arriving Monday. I mean, literally. And then my ramen is supposed to be delivered Monday. They're not going to even ship it till then. Go figure. Believe that? See, this is why you got to be careful when it comes to food. When it comes to it, you get your stuff that you know you can get within 3 days. Skip the rest. If it says, "Oh, we can deliver this in 3 weeks," you say no. Skip it. Sweep it under. Go to the next item. If you know it's just a single person like myself eating, you can do a lot better on food if you know what you're doing. Now, maybe you want to get powdered milk, so you can keep powdered milk on hand to make your your foods. I mean, literally, you could sit there and be like, "Oh yes, I need to make my food." I wouldn't use condensed milk because that's kind of expensive. Yeah, but you could always look at other issues. You know, yeah. And then you just look at what's going on here. You know, and I mean, you're going to basically we'll be hurting severely soon. So, you better prepare for it. That's what I can say. Prepare for. Because it's going to get worse. I tell you. Hmm. It's going to get worse. You're going to have to make a lot of decisions. Why is this so expensive? Well, I'm curious why it's so expensive. Let me see. 20 pounds? No wonder why. Hmm. Someone might like that. But, anyways, I'm just looking at options. Now, another tip you want is to keep checking prices all the time. Otherwise, you're screwed. That's what I do in the evening with movies going. We're getting to the point where we have to prepare. You know, we have to prepare. And that's the real problem. There you go. Nope. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll do. Nope. A lot of stuff is not available. Hmm. So you have to prepare. I mean, if we have cow shortages, chicken shortages, and pig shortages, there's going to be a lot of problems. I mean, literally. And that's where you got to prepare. So please, do yourself a favor. Don't sit there and shrug this off saying the government's going to help you. They won't. Prices are going to go through the roof. You'll see. Look what's going on with cows. 10,000 cows are killed. Then someone said, oh, well, it's only 10,000. Really? That could be the test to kill millions more. Has anyone ever thought of that? What is this? Well, I have this, so why would I want to basically? What is this? I get emails like, you know. Excuse me. What is this? I don't get it. Just explain. What is it? Maybe I'll think about it. Okay. HGT Food Network, TLC, Animal Planet owned, Discovery Plus, the Dodo, Sci, Travel History, Lifeline, A&E, and Magnolia Network. Okay. So basically they're like, oh yes, you want some more TV? And I'm like, no. See, this is why you got to look carefully, because of it. So Discovery Plus, I'm telling you, it's a pain in the royal butt ski. But look, again, 10,000 cows have been killed. 40 million chickens have been killed. I say the numbers are higher, but 40 million chickens have been killed. You think it's a coincidence? No. The government's not going to take care of you, and they're not going to beat down the preppers' doors to go distribute the preppers' food because you guys all thought that nothing was going to happen. Oh, well, hello there, Pee Wee. Yes, meat packing. That's the other thing I missed. I didn't miss. I forgot to talk about was packing meat processing plants. Several burned down, several are closing, and several, Pee Wee probably doesn't know this, can't even come to full production to finish. There are several meat packing plants around the country that are being built, but they stalled due to the fact that instead of being $562 million or more to build each plant, now they're requesting $300 to $400 million more because of the lumber and material shortage to bring it up. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, literally. Literally, they want to blame the heat wave. I mean, literally, that. I mean, what about the 40 million chickens plus that got killed? Our eggs are gone up. I think they're trying to kill us off. The question is why, and that's something I've been toying with. Is the reason why? Why would they do that? And by the way, people, you think that you think? Let me put it to you this way, everyone. Okay, the Pee Wee's here. Welcome, Pee Wee. Here's something to think about. What happens, everyone, now that our cows are being killed and our chickens are going to take too long to grow, 1 to 2 years to grow new chickens? This is what they call population control. What's next? You're going to hear our goats were killed, our lambs, our sheep. What about our other animals that we like to eat? Or, well, let's just say, what if our jerseys get killed? You're like, Jersey? What's a Jersey? It's a cow that's used for making drinking milk. Think of it. What if all of a sudden the Jersey cows were all killed off of something? And it was a heat wave. The cows died because they couldn't. It was a heat wave. Really, a heat wave. So you're going to tell me it's a heat wave due to the fact that our milking cows got killed or our milking goats because it's a heat wave. I want people to wake up and, this could happen next to our milk cows. I mean, literally, it's called population control. I mean, literally, Pee Wee's right. But you know what? By the way, Pee Wee, I have a story for you, okay? So earlier today, I was kind of getting irritated again. So, anyways, get this. So today I'm teaching Zoe, aka Gigi, how to stockpile. And she's like, well, I'm going to go to Target. And I said, if you go to Target, basically withhold buying sheets. Just think about food. Take your notebook and do boots on the ground for us. Okay, she said. But anyways, Chris, Cam, General Erudite. Oh well, it's so hot here. There's a heat wave, and I had to get an air conditioner. First, it was a high-powered rifle. Now it's an air conditioner. I mean, I don't mind giving advice, but I wish people would literally listen. Buying a week here and buying a few cans extra to sock away is not going to make a amount of difference when the last can of food gets eaten and they're all hungry because they didn't stockpile. By the way, I just got some new orders in today. Look at this. I got multiple 4-packs of this. Macaroni and cheese. Yep. I had to sample it to make sure I can eat it. So I did. I sampled it. There you go. So now we have it done. But anyways, boots on the ground for you, Pee Wee. $5.99 $5.99 for pepperoni. $9.99 for Orlando Frost turkey breast. $9.99 for smoked ham. And $5.99 for a loaf of sourdough. Now, you probably are well aware that that's my ingredients for 3 days of club sandwiches. 3 to 4 days. Problem is, could have saved a lot of money by just eating the bacon as is. A neighbor of mine, well, not a neighbor on the island here, an island neighbor, the repairman, he's actually taking a trip. He's going to Montana, Wyoming, uh, Nevada, Utah, California, Oregon, and then Washington to home. So he's doing this giant circle in his F-150. I didn't have the heart. I'll tell you the story. I didn't have the heart, Pee-wee, to tell him, what if a brand new truck breaks down, you're stuck there and you got to tow it home because there's no parts to get it. I was like, enjoy your trip. I mean, you know as well as I do. Take our guns, raise our gas prices. Yeah. I mean, literally, look at what GG said in Chicago. No one's freaking going anywhere except for the weekend. I mean, literally, the weekend's the only time that people actually go out because everyone has the weekend off, it seems. Well, my neighbor said that they're not. The repairman said he's not canceling. No ifs, ands, or buts. He's going. And the mailman said, well, what if your gas is like 4,000? He says, I don't care. What if it's 6,000? I don't care. And me, I'm just sitting there saying, enjoy your trip. He's like, I plan to. And I'm thinking to myself, a Mormon who's putting his faith in God right now, more likely God's going to smite him and his truck's going to break down. No one knows what's going to happen. I mean, look, let's talk about the stock market for a minute, Pee-wee. I mean, between the stock market went down 722 points today. It was 922, or actually it was like 942. So it gained 220 before closing. The last hour was like 220 it raised, but that's 700 points. It's slowly, gradually dropping. Not to mention cryptocurrency's now down the toilet. I mean, look, I told people this earlier, I said this today earlier. I said, look around what's going on in the country. Stock market's plummeting. People are going broke. The wealthy are getting poorer. Not my problem. Yet, they're getting poorer because they're investing in companies. That money that they're investing in the stocks is going to basically upgrade the company, upgrade the factories, upgrade, production. Yet no one's working. And then yesterday, old Secretary what's his name? Hold on, Secretary. No, that ain't it. I can't remember his name. Hold on. Secretary Powell, he lied through his teeth last night. He said, well, here we have, oh, good. See, you're glad you're here, Gigi. I was just about to sit down but dip. But anyways, just let me finish what I'm saying to Pee-wee. He literally turned around and said, we have to basically make a recession, to make it so we can balance everything out. I did the math, by the way, last night. We have to fire between 3 and 5 million more people to balance out the recession. 3 to 5 million. That's a good number. Instead of being 3.7 million, 3.6% unemployed employees. He wants to boost it to like 4.6 to 4.9. I'm sorry, but that means you fire 3 to 5 million people that won't have a job just to balance it out. How's that going to work for those people? I mean, literally throw them all under the fucking bus. Oh, not to mention, He's like, well, we have to do a 3/4 of a point, but we might have to raise it again to balance it. We want it to be between 3 and 4%. And that might stave off inflation. Really? Yeah, it'll stave off inflation maybe. But what about the fucking all the hobos and freeloaders that ain't doing jack shit sitting at home going, oh yeah, Rita's on TV. Oh, I'm not. Come on, Sister Rita, tell me all about it. I'm not Joe. I'm not making fun of you people. I mean, some average Joe eating bonbons and popcorn and watching me and not realizing they're the freeloaders sitting in the couch eating bonbons. I mean, literally, they're getting food stamps. They're getting everything. And yet, we have a low supply rate for the American-made factories and packing plants. There's worker shortages in our meat processing plants. I mean, everything happens for a reason. And yet, they say nothing's wrong. See where I'm going with this? All right, Gigi, you have some big news for you. I didn't ask for photos. I asked for you not to buy sheets, remember? The mission was take pricing on a piece of paper, focus on the mission, and don't buy sheets. So you had a few margaritas. That means your pocketbook's a little less. I wouldn't have bought the margaritas. I would have been basically hoarding it for money because, Gigi, you have a new problem on the plate today. And that's why you're here on the Rita Show tonight. Maybe not this year, but what about next year? Stock market down in the housing interest rate. Look, they didn't just raise the 3/4 percentage. They raised the credit for everyone. Credit's going to get harder to use. Credit cards, housing loans, business loans, everything. And because of it, they don't have enough manpower to make the productions to keep the food on the table. So everyone's sucking it up, like I said. Well, guess I better brief Gigi before running to the bathroom. Let's see. I'm leaning towards Ron DeSantis. I am not. I'm sorry to say I'm not leaning towards either party. At this point of the game, I'm not. When I vote, I'm voting completely and thoroughly in secret this time due to the fact that I think both parties are buttheads. Not to mention, I found something that's fucking creepy tonight, Pee Wee. Literally made me want to vomit in the toilet. I'll get to that once I'm done. When I get back, Gigi, I better brief you on the whole issue, what's going on. This ain't going to be good for you. Pee Wee, let me finish what I was going to say. I don't trust Ron DeSantis, and I don't trust the Republican Party. I don't trust the Democratic either. They're there for their own games. They're not there for the people. Ron DeSantis doesn't give two shits except for being in the White House. So to me, I don't give two shits about him. Two is the American people are suffering, and no one's got any way to fucking fix it. Not Ron DeSantis, not Donald Trump, not Biden, no one. They're all in it together. So to me, no, I'm not going to fucking vote. Because right now, all I want to see is how Roe versus Wade turns out. If that fucking does the topple effect, we're really screwed. They're going to take away same-sex marriages. They're going to take away transgendered rights. They're going to do a lot. Interracial marriage is gone thanks to 5 court justices that are Catholic. I'm more interested in that right now. And seeing how the stock market plays out. Because if the stock market crashes, Ron couldn't get into the White House fast enough because it's not a Democrat that crashed it. It's all parties crashing it. I mean, look, if the Democrats are literally killing off our food supply, then there's nothing we can do. They're basically going to allow most of us to die, so only the working class or the higher epsilon survives, where every one of us dies. Now, to GG. If you didn't know, I've been briefed tonight, thanks to Pee Wee. Video time. Currently, not just our chickens have been killed because of some virus going around to raise our egg prices to exuberant Super Saiyan prices. I say Super Saiyan, Dragon Ball type prices. But now, 10,000 plus cows died overnight, and they're blaming it on a heat wave. 10,000. In the 1970s, they tried nerve gas on cows, and the cows died. There was a whole herd of nerve cows in 72, I think I was reading, something between 1970 and 1976 that died unexpectedly. Came out later in like the late 80s, early 90s that the government experimented on cows. So you do the math. Prices on beef's going up. I just checked Keystone beef prices too. That's going through the roof. No one's going to be able to afford tinned beef, tinned pork, tinned chicken, tinned turkey, or tinned goat, lamb. I hope there's a new party. They might do it. They're going to be doing phones and internet control. Think of it. They want everyone to have a smartphone. They keep emailing me every other day saying I should get a new smartphone. I'm quite content till my phone goes out. Then what? They're going to pass a bill saying I have to have a phone? I'll just keep dropping the smartphone in the toilet, or dropping it in the ocean. Yeah, well, that's what they said about Trump, and I got a feeling President Trump's going to be going up in a ways of shackles and orange jumpers soon, too. Literally, look what they're doing. The Attorney General came out and said, well, if there's any evidence that he was trying to overthrow the government, we're going to arrest him. They're going to basically use him as a puppet. They're going to throw Donald Trump under the bus, and there's not many people that can do with it, And on top of that, Georgia's investigating him. If they find any wrongdoing, the grand jury's going to basically do charges against him. I mean, I don't think Donald Trump, I read an article today saying he wants to run again. He wants to alert everyone he's running again. But same time, they're telling him to wait till after these thingies because he might be crucified. Why vote at all? Maybe someone will show me. I want a new party. I mean, literally, I want a new party. I mean, I'm not going to believe in both parties. They fucked up big time. Both parties screwed up. I mean, literally, they screwed up. And look where we're at. Prices are too high. It's not just the Democrats, but the Republicans. The Republicans basically sold our fuel away. Our oil reserves are gone. They sold it all to the highest bidder from other countries, while we were sucking and siphoning off Russia's gas and oil. But now that Russia's under sanction, we got to pay a higher price because Biden wants, quote unquote, it's a new transition to electric and other energy renewable sources. It might be hard for a few years of gas prices, but we'll get through it. His words, not mine. Well, let me put it to you this way, Gigi. Like I just said, Zoe, the latest is 10,000 cows died minimum. We don't know the numbers. It could have been more. But they were in feedlots getting prepared to be fattened so they can be taken to slaughter. Unfortunately, now you got to wonder, what are they going to control next? I have a feeling they're already doing it, Pee Wee. Think of it this way. Think of the shipping for UPS and FedEx, for example, right? They're all delayed, right? What if the government doesn't know what you're buying, and all of a sudden, because even though with PRISM, they can't just go pull up whatever, right? So they go ahead and they go and they open they scan the boxes with a detector. And that's why it's taking too long once it leaves the hubs. Have you ever thought of it that way? Oh, Pee Wee bought 20 blocks of cheese. Boop. Send it off. Oh, someone bought 500 cans of baby formula. Flag it. I mean, we don't know what the hell is going to happen, 10,000 cows died overnight, exactly, and they're trying to control the food source. Look, they're going to put them away. That's the guaranteed fact, Pee Wee. Trust me. I think that's what the vision I had the other night was. No offense. I mean, the Attorney General spilled it. Everyone's basically doing it. I personally think he's a small fry compared to the rest. But, you got all these trannies that basically, oh, we need to put them away. And then you got all these gays and lesbians and everything else. I mean, I don't know anymore. I just don't know. All I know is we need to prepare for either World War III, Civil War, Revolutionary War, or something. Because half the people aren't going to survive if they don't listen. Hold on. Cattle dying in the heat wave. That's what they want you to hear, Zoe. They're saying it's the heat wave that killed the cows. Truth of the matter is, if you want to believe it's a heat wave, me and Pee-wee's got a bridge to sell you to nowhere. I mean, think of it. 40 million chickens plus died recently, Zoe. 40 million, as in 40 million, died. All chicken-laying, egg-laying chickens. Supposedly some virus. Do the math. Comments from ranchers say no, it was heat. It was not the heat. That's the heat didn't kill it. That's the heat didn't kill it at all. Yeah. Worst president of all time right now. Hopefully people lean from the missing for a man with serious mental issues, I drink and know things. Look, I blame both parties, plain and simple. I mean, literally, they want to control us. I mean, look, I don't want to pull out the book again to basically read the 45 check marks for communism because we're there. We're at the front door. Fortunately, no one listens. Literally, I keep telling people to stockpile. I mean, literally, there's people out there that aren't listening. I mean, look, I just told Pee-wee tonight, Zoe, that moderator Chris, a.k.a. General Erudite, is more worried about the extreme heat and an air conditioner than his own food. Oh, I got a few cans every time I go to the store. A few? That means you're going to be fucking going hungry pretty quickly. It's like Andrew Dice Clay said in the movie National Lampoon's 7 Deadly Sins. $4. Well, what did he say? He said $4. No checks. No chicks. No chicks. And then he looks and he says, you don't have cash. You're trying to write a check. You can't write a check. Kitty's probably going mighty fucking hungry about now. I mean, literally, we're going down the shitter and fast. Yeah, but that's the thing. What if they start delaying it? You ordered too much food, so now they're basically shutting you off. That's their next move. I mean, literally, they're paying Amazon to take the food stamps. Did you know this, Pee-wee? They're paying Amazon in food stamps, right? Amazon turns around, takes the food stamps, and then sits there and says, oh, well, I'm just going to throw it out there as a hypothetical. Pee-wee ordered $300 in food. Well, we don't have enough people to fill the order, right? You know what the problem is? They're turning around and the government's allowing it, but at the course of hoping that you would give up on the online ordering so you'd go to the grocery store and pay more. Then you'd run out of food and you'd die faster. But instead, I got plenty of stuff stocked away. So it's like, 13 days for a couple cases of mac and cheese. Okay. With the Jeopardy theme playing. Meanwhile, they're like, oh, we're still behind. We'll just say it's shipped. Oh, she's checking. Oh, it's been shipped. Won't be delivered till Monday. Oh, we have to delay that till Wednesday. Oh, yeah. FedEx is saying their backlogs. We have to wait till Friday. Meanwhile, that's what the government's doing. They're trying to kill us off in another way, control the shipping. I mean, look what they did with the frickin' postal service. 5 days to 8 days. Sometimes it takes 12 days to pick up the mail. Asked the mailman yesterday. Hey, why is the mailman? Hey, mailman guy. Why is the mail so slow to be picked up? Oh, well, we have to have a full bag to send out. So you just leave it in the box until there's a full bag. Well, pretty much. So in the meantime, there could be bills that goes out, and I wouldn't recommend putting bills in the outgoing drop box unless you go to the actual post office and walk down there and open the blue box saying, I mean, literally, they're basically trying to control everything we fucking do. Sell me bridges? Yeah. Well, if you don't want to believe what me and Pee Wee's telling you, then we got a few bridges to sell you that goes to nowhere if you don't want to believe it, you know. I drink none of your right? People would have voted in around the Trump. They hated Trump more than they love this nation. Yeah, and you know what? They're gonna basically either not vote the next time around, or they're gonna vote and they're gonna vote for the same man to keep the Republican Party out. I mean, look what the newest polls say. If Roe versus Wade's overturned, 99% of suburbanite women are going to vote against Republicans just to keep the bastards out of office because their rights were violated. Makes sense, doesn't it? See a video you made from 12 years ago. You were a veteran. I'm not a vet, not in the U.S. military anyways, but thank you. I salute you too. I wore a veteran's hat because it was a memory of my dad. Marine and Army all the way for him. My aunt was a Marine. My uncle was a Marine. But I don't want to talk about military service. What we need to do is prepare. That's the problem. Look, they basically chose Biden because they wanted to get rid of Trump. And now that Biden's in power, he won't want to give it up. So what's he doing? He's going to send Donald Trump a packing because he's got the Supreme Court. Basically, he's got the American people watching this circus on TV and streaming. He's basically told the Attorney General, as soon as all the evidence is there, charge him. And then he's told Georgia, if you find anything that he's done illegally, charge him. Meanwhile, we're going to see the man charged, and there's not a damn thing we can do that, you know. I remember your name from other channels. I believe probably political channel. I post a lot elsewhere, my friend. Trump was 500. Yeah, we all know this, but the problem is there's a lot of people out there that don't want him, and they're going to do what they can to keep him out. And this is what the Democrats are doing. And you know what my family said to me the other day? I'll tell you what my family said, Pee-wee. They think that someone like me won't be getting through the trials and tribulations. The Republican Party is not going to fix everything. That's what I was telling Zoe. Zoe knows this. Republican Party ain't going to fix anything. I mean, what are they offering? What, have they found a way to fix the gas yet? No. I mean, I've watched a few political channels recently where they say every Republican's got their head so far up their ass they can't be voted and trusted on. And then they said the Democrats got their head so far up their ass, you can't trust them because neither party can come to some algorithm to fix the damn problems of food shortages, food supplies, and everything else, and jobs going down the toilet. The shitter is upon us all. The shitter is full, man. The shitter is full. I never order that much. I never order more than no one pays attention. Maybe, but still, I got my box delivered 3 days for my mac and cheese, but my other orders, they're backlogged. Amazon claims they can't keep the supplies in, so they put everyone else on hold. So whoever gets the cases next goes off the list. Otherwise, people basically got to sit there in their low prices to wait. You make bigger orders from it. Yeah, well, I did because, you know, my problem is, Pee-wees, I'm not going fucking hungry. I'm not going to go hungry, and I'm not going to starve either. I'm not going to starve. If I have to basically eat ramen for 6 months because the meat shortage is pretty damn bad, then I'll do whatever I have to. But like I said to Zoe, think about it. It's not, as Pee Wee and I just said, it ain't fucking coincidence that 10,000 cows died at once. Literally. They looked like someone hit them with a freaking baseball bat or rolled them over the steamroller, the way their legs are all, you know. Rita, you are my favorite. I pay all my bills. Yeah, and you know what I did the other day? I paid my bills online too. You know what the fucking electric company did? They would, Chloe went down and just put a money order, and they sent online. They keep fucking dinging people, double charging and everything else. I'm getting tired of that. Yeah, well, AOC said she will endorse Biden if he's running again. No one knows who's going to be on the ticket. But the Democrats, as I said, doesn't even have a pot to piss in. I mean, think about it. Think about it from this point of view. Okay, let's talk for a second about economics. Chairman Powell goes, well, we're going to fire 4 million more, 4 to 5 million more people. That will balance things out. No, it won't. Just leaves 4 or 5 million people homeless and hungry. Meanwhile, he's like, well, and then he says, spending is excellent. Everyone's having great spending power right now. And yet the grocery stores are empty. Onlines are backed up. But he's like, oh, yes. And then he says the recession, if there is a recession, will come down in a few years. Right before the elections, what he said. Really? And by the way, he's a Republican. So he's got all this plan to keep it high enough so everyone goes and votes in 2024. That's a fucking setup by itself. I can smell it. I can smell it 10 miles away. Literally, it is a fucking stinky, stinky shit. He's trying to leave for everyone to know because look at it. He's like, oh, yes, and he's like, everyone, all the spending's great. And then someone said, well, the spending's great. Then why does the Treasury Department or the Federal Reserve have to watch people's spending to see if they cut corners? Well, it's not going to drop overnight, but, we got to wait and see, And he says, if we have to raise the percentage points more, we'll have to balance it more by firing more people. And I'm going, what a dipshit. First, all the spending's great. Then he says, oh yeah, there was if it goes to recession, it might take years to come down. Then he says inflation might take several years to come down. I mean, literally, you can't trust the bastard. I mean, literally, you can't trust some half-ass bastard that doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, literally. I mean, oh, everything is great. People are spending. Really, that's funny. If people are spending, we wouldn't be in this damn mess. And then all of a sudden, the next day, we have those fires. By the way, Zoe, it's not coincidence that 5 packing plants caught on fire. Other businesses that make foods caught on fire. Not to mention there's packing plants that are being built that are on hold because they need $300 to $400 million more to complete it because building materials are supposedly hard to get. Yet you can build a $2 billion yacht and it's fine and dandy. Think about it that way. And if you really want to get the old noggin going, I'll tell you something else. If factories are on fire or burned down and meat packing plants are burning down and everything else is burning down, what's that tell you? It tells you right there they're trying to control your fucking food. Your food source is being controlled. Plain and simple. Pee-wee said it earlier. Well, I'm not leaning towards anyone. Like I said, no one's going to be telling me who to vote for. I'm going to do my own decision making this time around. And it ain't going to be Republican or Democrat. I'm going to go with independent this time around just because, you know what? I'm going to let God decide for me who he wants me to vote for. That is the best course of action. It saves everyone a headache. There. Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Thank you, Pee-wee. She's completely right. Prices aren't going down. That's the thing. He said prices will go down. Oh, veteran YouTuber? Yeah, I've been around since I've been doing videos on the old Facebook or MySpace since 2005. Then I found YouTube and I've been staying there since. I think one of my videos was 4 hours. My first long video was 4 hours long. I drink and know things due to the fact that I was telling President Obama at the time if he had just shut his damn chili hole, things would just move along in its own course, and it did. I think the government was watching then too. This election will be a hot mess. It is a hot mess. I mean, literally, you got Roe versus Wade. Like I said, so Roe versus Wade, gun control, and everything else stacked up, and everyone's freaking fighting. And yet, the women are furious. If they basically take away their women's reproductive rights, they're going full force. And remember, we said this morning, a pissed off woman is something you don't want to deal with. And I said, amen. I meant veteran. Everyone remember Maya, how boy, that was a classic. Pipe tobacco video. Oh yes, on my other channel, Living Simply Fun. Yeah, when my husband was live. Yeah, I got pipe tobacco is getting too damn expensive too nowadays. Maybe don't lean towards any of those idiots. The shitters, the shitter is full. Yes, basically. Hold on. I'm sorry, Pee Wee. I have to do this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pee Wee. I got to do this. Do 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 do. Shitter is full. Maybe don't lean towards any of these. The shitter is full of pollen. Too much crap to flush. Just make a lot of smaller notes. Found you out pipe tobacco. The worst I'm afraid of is cashless society. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It might go cashless. I mean, think of it. One of the things I was talking about is a lot of EBT and debit cards are going down. And I told one of my moderators the other day, don't basically worship your credit card. He's like, oh, well, we've been in the house. I got my credit card to fall back on. Yeah, until they say cash only, cash only, cash only, cash only. She did the pipe tobacco review on this channel or Aaron's channel. Aaron's channel, I think, for the costume. Do 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 do. Shitter's full. Trying to pump out the motorhome's RV hold. I flushed out all the Republicans you see and Democrats. And now I'm trying to drain them down the sewer and make the alligators eat them. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, if you see, you can find that scene in you can see that scene on YouTube where he's like, shitter's full. I mean, literally, the shitter is getting full. I mean, look, Pee Wee and I were trying to teach you all to be prepared. I mean, literally, I had a lot of tips today. Live on your means. Don't rely on your credit card. Drink. What's this? I drink and know things. He or she's right. We're going to go to a cashless society sooner or later. They're going to basically shut down the entire banking system, and you better be holding gold coins, silver coins, or bartering. Otherwise, you're screwed and bleeding cash. You can't get anything. I mean, we are going to a cashless society. It's going to all be digital. I mean, that's what they want. Our money isn't backed. Yeah, exactly. No, it's actually National Lampoon's Saves Christmas. Remember, Cousin Eddie's emptying it into the storm drain with the Santa hat. It's Christmas Saves Christmas, I believe it in. And he says something like "shitter is full." Christmas Vacation. Cousin Eddie, yeah. I mean, I agree completely. Drink. I mean, literally, I agree. I mean, if I could run, I'd make Washington pay if I was running for Congress or senator. I'd be wearing the freaking hat and be like, "Shitter's full," because every time they were basically debating, I'd be sitting there basically like, "Shitter's full." Hell, if I could drive an RV up there, a Cousin Eddie's motorhome, I'd be like, "Shitter's full," meaning that their bullshitting is full. I agree completely. I mean, literally, they're basically thugs. I mean, they're basically hired thugs. I mean, literally, you got one party or the other, and both parties don't do jack shit. I mean, think of it. The reason I was debating with Pee Wee, which I know Pee Wee likes a good debate, is my argument is this. She has a good argument too for herself. Me, my argument's this, and I'm not going to push my argument on everyone, but my opinion is this, and I'm sticking with it. Democrats and Republicans, what are they debating right now? What are they working on? People are bitching that they need their food stamps re-upped after July. Well, maybe they don't need it. They should go back to work. That's fine and dandy with me. But why am I basically blaming them both? I'll tell you why. Because we got inflation. We got dead chickens and cows, and they're blaming disease and famine or disease and a heat wave. The Bible says we're going to be preparing for food shortages and famine and pestilence. Well, let's see. What is to come? Coronavirus, pestilence, famine, food shortages. Yet all these people say, oh, well, look at my father-in-law. He says, oh, well, people are idiots. They're just basically panicking. There's nothing going wrong, right? Yesterday, well, it was 2 nights ago, he said, Rita, why worry about it? Don't stockpile. You'll get to heaven quicker. Only God can do it. You're just one fucking moron that can't make a difference, really. I have a YouTube channel. I'm not a fucking moron. You want a fucking moron that sits there and basically lambasts your fucking pastor because he gives a good message, but his politics are shit because apparently by father-in-law's opinion, or Poppy's, his minister's nose is so far up Trump's ass, he believes everything at QAnon. By the way, I watched this documentary, Pee-wee, called Q, Before the Storm or something. It's an HBO exclusive. I can't remember what it is. Into the Storm, I think it is. Anyway, let me tell you the story, okay? This guy goes along, right? And he's trying to trace where Q come from. And he meets friends. He meets friends. Right? He meets friends. He talks to people. Q into the storm, right? And so as he's investigating, he finds a guy with a wheelchair that literally invented the forum for Q, right? And then eventually he couldn't maintain 10,000 posts an hour, so he sold to another guy who's an American from the Philippines, living in the Philippines. So this guy's got a nice house and all cars and all this stuff, and he's basically talking about pins and stuff and his favorite hobbies. And he's like, I don't know who General Flynn is. I don't know who, what's his name, Roger Stone is. And he's going on. Well, anyways, throughout the show, basically, it shows, liability in the Philippines where this, and all of a sudden the guy in the wheelchair, he's like a little midget. He's got diseases, and he basically wants, like, 4chan went to 8chan, and then it went to 8kun, and 8kun, is where they were at, and, until the government decided to shut it down due to the fact that there's the first thing that happened is Australia and New Zealand blocked QAnon due to the fact that they were terrorist groups, and a guy videotaped, and they put it in the video, by the way, where the guy's walking and driving in his car, and people are like, oh, look, he's just sitting in his car. This guy's full of shit. And then he gets out, pulls out a fully loaded automatic weapon, and starts shooting at a mosque in Christchurch. And he's like, and then it goes back, and then, it's like 40 dead, and then they take away guns in New Zealand. And then they're like, Americans need to do the same. And all of a sudden they block QAnon from other world countries. Meanwhile, out here, then it happens again, like in a synagogue, California, and then all this stuff. Eventually, the guy goes to court. He gets it taken down. Eventually, he gets it back up. But by this point, he's trying to figure out, is it General Flynn? Is it Roger Stone? Well, in the end, basically, the dad that owns the servers for QAnon said, Donald Trump doesn't get reelected, and overthrowing the government doesn't work, the whole invasion thing of Jan 6th, and QAnon will just go away. Well, anyways, in the end, the guy was basically thinking it was the guy's son, the American that lived in the Philippines. His son was living in China and Japan. So they thought he was going to do it. Well, this guy, Ron Wilkins, I think is his name, Ron Wilkins, he's running for Congress, I believe it is, or the Senate in Arizona. The guy that everyone's pointing the fingers as being the typer of Q, and I thought it was interesting. I'm like, holy crap, that guy's actually running. I mean, that documentary comes out, and I have a feeling the QAnon documentary, was a setup, because If this guy was literally investigating the server owners to the server owners to the server owners, what happens? No one knows. All they're saying is, are you cute? No. Okay. Are you cute? No. Are you cute? No. Eventually, it basically narrows it down to like three guys, and the one guy gets out, but still, Cousin Eddie drinking, I know things are. Yes, he pulls up with the RV. Best scene ever. Yeah, exactly. Best scene. Drinking again, things I also agree that is not going to. We all know it's not going to. But the whole documentary was really good. It's on HBO Max. Yeah. Actually, Chloe thinks that Yellowstone will only erupt in the next 15 to 20 million years. Well, it could be possible. They say it's not going to blow up in our lifetime, but Chloe said the only thing that might basically cause it to blow up faster is if you decide to see if what would happen Scientology if you dropped a nuke in Mount Bighorn. Oh, what's gonna happen? Your father-in-law hated Trump. My father-in-law hates all Republicans. But then again, my father-in-law didn't vote either. He literally basically conned himself out of jury duty because federal grand jury duty. He got out because he's 70 years old, and the law says 70 or older you can exempt yourself. Everyone knows you're fine. Well, not everyone. Chloe's mom thinks he's fine. Chloe's mom thinks that we're going to go to an autocracy, a dictator. I mean, literally, I'm just like, well, we'll see. Everything happens for a reason. That's what I said. Look, even if you buy land, you got problems. It might hold value, but you might be paying taxes for the rest of your life, too. I think that they're using the January 6th distractions, Zoe, to basically not a distraction, but they're trying to basically sweep this whole thing under the rug and say, don't fuck with us. You fuck with us, this is what happens, and they're going to basically, I have a feeling that President Trump's going to be used as a scapegoat for this whole thing. I mean, the Attorney General came out, Garland, oh yes, well, there's any evidence that he did do these things, we're going to prosecute. Well, Georgia's doing a grand jury right now, and if they find anything, they're going to prosecute. And my father-in-law is like, hurry up and prosecute the fucker. And that's what he said every other night. It's like, hurry up. But when it comes to me, Pee-wee's right. He is insane. Cashless time to bury, you'll know. What do you think about that? I think January 6th is basically a sideshow. That's the thing. Could be a sideshow. It could be a distraction. No one knows. The problem is no one cares to know. All they know is you got these Americans if eating. Let me put it this way that even Pee-wee would understand, okay? You got the Republicans like Pee-wee, or the independents like Pee-wee. I'm going to say the open-minded Pee-wees of the world who's looking at either going with, say, Ron DeSantis or someone else, right? In the meantime, they're trying to get rid of Donald Trump. And so if every American out there believes that Donald Trump's a crook, they're already drinking the fucking Kool-Aid, man. They're like, oh, yeah, Donald Trump's a crook, yeah. Can I have some more Kool-Aid? They're drinking the Kool-Aid and believing the bullshit. Me, all I know is I don't believe in any party because, frankly, I lost my feelings for both parties when they fucking can't come to an agreement on inflation, housing bubble, and other issues that need to be addressed. I don't give two shits about transgender rights. I give more shit about what the fuck's happening to this country and why we fucking turn around and have to have them drinking the Kool-Aid and believing this crap. I mean, literally, And if they do, and everyone knows Roe versus Wade is overturned, there's going to be a lot of pissed off women going to the votings in 2022 to keep the frickers out of office. To me, my campaign would be this. If I had to basically decide to say something for the world, I would say vote with your heart. Don't vote for whatever party you're affiliated with. Vote from your heart because have they helped you recently? Has your gas prices gone down? Has your fucking groceries went down? No. Your groceries keep going through the fucking roof. Have you got your car fixed, or did someone break in and steal your catalytic converter and your tires? I mean, literally, I've already warned everyone with the entire list once that people are stealing cars, stealing parts, stealing whatever. Future is bright, and the bright future is what it is. We are going communist. That's what I just said, but I don't like it. Yeah, well, the Americans are drinking the Kool-Aid, the ones that believe in Biden and Biden's bullshit about prosecuting Trump. That's the thing. You know what? I heard a rumor recently, Pete. We want to share this rumor with you. See what if you think the shoe fits, okay? No, it isn't about you. It's about the American people. I heard a rumor that because we put sanctions on Russia and things happened, and some of these oligarchs supposedly have money tied up in our factories, that the factories are running at low production to punish us because Donald Trump's being targeted, targeted and being saying, oh, he's a criminal and all this crap, right? So what if the rumor is that we, the American people, are being punished because the Democrats' stupidity? So we get the fallout, and the Republican gets the fallout, while we all get to stand around and say, what's next? Like we're being punished for, gas prices and food prices, and a good way to, I mean, no one has any true answers. It's just like, you do this, and you know, and also rumor has it could be that most of the big factories are Trump supporters, big bosses and big owners, and when all this crap happened, they decided to cut corners and basically say no food. Let's see how long before the elections turn Republican. I mean, that's the other rumor I heard. I mean, no one knows what the fuck's going on in this world. Those in power want us to be communist. They want, yeah, because they have nothing more. But think of it. Well, who would benefit most from the communist takeover? The government, right? Well, what about Elon? What about Bill Gates? They're not going to give up their fucking, what do they call those? Their own IPs, intellectual properties. Yeah, well, you know what they say. Most people are throwing their votes away anyways. And you know what? My mom made a statement a long time ago, and I think I understand what she meant. She said, you either vote Republican, you vote Democrat. Any way you look at it, you're throwing your vote away because what are they have ever promised? What are they doing during the 2008 recessions? They didn't do much. During Reaganomics, they didn't do much. During the other crises, they didn't do much. So do the math. They didn't do much, So now they're not doing anything. Yeah, well, you know what? The thing is they're going to see. This is the thing. The Democrats are going to prosecute him. It's an unknown fact. I mean, they're going to go for the throat. As soon as all the evidence is laid out, bam. They're not going to get the bad baby. Don't do it again. They're going to go hard and fast. Meanwhile, everyone else is just sitting there saying, what an interesting circus. We get this free show on TV while we have TV and internet, while we can't support ourselves. And yet, these same people that are Democrat that want him hanged, or want him crucified, I should say, doesn't realize that it won't bring anything back when they think that the preppers who prepped properly, these Democrat hootenannies, think that the government's just going to go pound on the doors even if we do communism and say, okay, Pee Wee, Rita, Zoe, anyone else, you preppers all over the country, you're going to hand over your food or else. I mean, literally, it's not going to come down to it. They're going to watch the entire country collapse, and it's going to come soon. I mean, look, the stock market went down, Zoe, by 722 points. It's under 38,000. So unless it rebounds tomorrow, which is more than unlikely, it's going to be we're going to be watching stock markets crash because no one's working, which means the production's not there and people can't basically put their money into these stocks to keep the stocks going if a company cannot basically get their production line in order. No, he said you won't have anything and you'll be happy. That's what he said. You will be happy if you have nothing. That's what Biden said. Yeah, you will be happy having nothing. That's what he said. Worthless eaters is worthless eaters. You know that. I mean, they don't care. That's why I'm trying to prep you all to get prepared. I mean, literally. I mean, look at it this way. Look at it this way. I argued with Chris today. Oh, I put a few cans here and there when I'm at the store. A few cans? What happens if the fucking pantry goes empty within the next 6 weeks because of this whole in between missions for, Chairman Powell comes back 6 weeks later and he's got to raise it again, and then more people go stock up in food. Oh, I'll just get a few cans here and there. We're good. Then when there's not enough food going around, he's the one going hungry because he didn't listen because he needed an air conditioner. I just can't understand it. Trump, Pee Wee, I have a feeling that the Democrats are going to crucify him. Not physically crucify him, but crucify him judicially, basically. They're going to basically throw everything at him as soon as these January 6th hearings are over. Meanwhile, George is throwing everything at him too with a grand jury, and because of it, basically I call it the public hanging, which is not going to be really a hanging. It's more of a, they're gonna basically, the Democrats are gonna go after him. I'm talking the administration. The administration's gonna go after him. Look what happens. All of a sudden, he's in trouble, and that's gonna be downright wrong. Yeah, but even so, what if they go and target DeSantis next, huh? I mean, they can make up something as long as they have the administration. They can handcuff him and send him off. I mean, literally, they're gonna. I mean, literally, we're gonna see some serious shit at the fan before 2024. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. DeSantis will not be next. Remember, you had that argument the last time, and guess what the Lord said? The Lord said Biden will be in. I'm not allowing to tell you who's next in line. Trust me. I already know who's next. I have the vision every other night, and it's not good. Biden, it's not going to be a Republican. I can tell you that much. That's one thing I can tell you from God himself. It's not going to be a Republican. Just like the last time I said Donald Trump wasn't going to be sitting in the Oval Office this time around. Some ways, I can't even tell you how 2022 is going to play out yet. It all hinges on three factors. I told Roe versus Wade. However, I think God already know how that's going to play out, so you know how that goes. Oh, Yes, I agree, Pee Wee. I beg your pardon. Yes, I didn't see the entire message. Yeah, I thought you said DeSantis will be next, as in presidency. No, DeSantis and anyone else who gets in their way will be going down. I mean, look, once they basically, here's how I see it playing out, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, Zoe, Pee Wee, but the way I see it is this. Once they basically make it stick for Donald Trump, they're going to make it stick for every freaking Republican that backtracked and pedaled back to Donald Trump after January 6th, supposedly. And the Democrats and the Attorney General is going to start backpedaling to them and taking action. One by one, I bet, in the administration. Mm-hmm. And this we need to watch because, are you ready? Communism. Get rid of the freaking people that, and yeah, well, that could be too. I mean, literally, but you see where I'm saying with this communism. I mean, literally, they're going to get rid of everyone that basically tried to protect Trump and say, first they reprimanded him on January 6th. We can't condone this, blah blah blah, and then they backpedaled. So now, because they backpedaled and they didn't have the gonad supposedly by the Democrat standards, because they're afraid of Papa Trump. Now they're basically seeing Papa Trump being crushed with an iron boot, with a swastika on the iron boot, getting the boot. Well, they're all getting the boot. You didn't miss anything. No, we're not talking end of the world scenarios. The world's not going to end just because the United States collapses. The United States is just one puzzle piece. I mean, look, let's break it down for another thing I said many times over. No one yet basically thinks of this. China controls the world right now. They got 1.1 billion people under lockdown. 1.1 billion, right? Think of it this way: 1.1 billion, as in B as in boy, billion people in lockdown, and yet they're holding the entire world hostage because China wants to be the next reserve currency. But at the same time, the United States is faltering. So is Europe. So is Asia. So is Africa. Australasia, or Oceanus, I should say. South America, Central America, they're all crumbling. Why? Because they rely on China's cheap goods. Look at most of the country doesn't produce much for themselves. They produce for other countries and other stores. It's time to basically pull back and say we're done with China and the rest of the world and be self-sufficient. We know where all our oil is. Just pump it out. Give it to the people. Low gases until we get everything stabilized. But no, we got to be punished because we're under an OPEC contract, which means we can't pump our own oil out. The other day, I was talking to someone, found out some travel trailers flipped the other day. I was like, why'd they flip? Turns out the tires came from China. I wouldn't want Chinese-made tires on my RV. We know that. We know this. We know this. I mean, look, is it coincidence or food shortages now that we have 10,000 cows being killed? Could have been used by some type of mustard gas for all we know, or anthrax. Oh, yeah, the government said cows supposedly got into some anthrax in the 70s. Supposedly. Could have been 10,000 cows were killed overnight with a couple military detachment special force units that just dropped in behind and took care of the cows secretly. I mean, literally, no one knows what happened to 10,000 cows. Yeah, well, the book says it. And you know what's funny, Pee Wee? Let me tell you a story about that book, right? That book, I tried to get cousin Corey to read it and Tara. They refused it with a 10-foot pole, Pee Wee. I just don't understand. Yeah, I told him to read that. That would open his eyes. He said, no thanks. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, 10,000 cows were in a feed lot, and overnight they died. All 10,000 plus cows. They say the heat killed them. But the guy that was doing the video was very, very much of an expert. I'm not an expert in cows, but I do know how cows stress. If you don't let them free range, and etc., and get them cooled down. So they died. They are claiming the heat killed them. Their insides heated up too much, and they just. No, it actually was multiple feed lots. The guy said it was multiple feed lots. If it was one feed lot, it would make sense, but it was multiple feed lots in the same just general vicinity before going to the slaughterhouse. Yeah, the naked communists. I literally told them to read it. They didn't want to. That's the thing. You know what I think's really? Chloe might be right on this, but I think Chloe is right. Sometimes she is. She says your family, they just don't want to hear it because they already know what happened the last time with the election. And now they don't want to see communists coming into the picture. I mean, they're controlling your food source. I mean, look, remember what I said to you? California, Oregon, Washington, parts of Canada. The natives can fish all they want for trout, salmon, steelhead. But us, we're not allowed to at least 2024 because the numbers are so low. That there is controlling the population. Population control on fishing. Yeah, they want people to live in big cities. Exactly. And I won't live in a big city. Fuck that. Literally. Too much crime, too much control, too much crowds. Look at Russia, Vladivostok, Siberia's a region, Novosibirsk, those areas, Samarkand, Samara, big cities in Russia. Smaller areas, you misbehave, you're off to the gulag. They want you to live in the city to control you. That's why Pee Wee and I say if you can, get out of the city. It's going to get worse. You living in the city is the worst thing right now for this inflation and pandemic because, for one, your packages can be stolen. For two, you can be robbed, mugged, murdered, etc. I mean, think of it. You're going to be living, if you're living in an apartment in the city, Zoe, you'll be living next to drug dealers and crackheads. Hey, what's crack, Zoe? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, P. We got to do it again. Anyways, and because you will have nothing, you will be happy. Doesn't matter when the power goes off because you can't afford your electric bill or the power grid's overcharged and they turn you and others off. Your camera's going to be useless. You got to think about it from that point of view. You do know, Pee Wee, him and Chris were arguing with me the other day about cash only stores or debit cards not working. Literally. None of you will have anything and you will be happy. Why do you think they built Prism, Zoe? To monitor everything you do on fucking line. Trust me. You can ask Pee Wee about Prism. You can ask me about Prism. I'll tell you all about Prism. Prism's something that you'd be shitting old bricks if you knew about Prism. Truth is, Prism's something that's scarier than you can think about. Pee Wee, may I just make a statement? 1984. Big Brother's watching. Big Brother's watching. $1984. Oh, and Pee Wee, have you ever thought of this? I have to add this as a joke tonight, too, just to be a little humorous. Because we're worthless eaters, you and I. We might be turned into little green crackers. Want some Soylent Green? Uh-oh. Hold on. Doink! Hi. Please don't eat me. I got a doggy to take care of. Look at him. He's too precious. He needs his mama. Hi. Someone tries to eat him, I'll kill them first, I think. Moppy is not food. Hi. He's kind of depressed. Chloe wouldn't use some of her Amazon gift cards, but his treats aren't coming yet. Found a couple deals on a couple buckets of T-bones, those little soft chew steak chews that he likes, made with pure beef. Yeah, he's unhappy. He didn't get his T-bones yet. Yeah, she also bought like a couple of 30-pound bags of dog food for him too. Worried about his food. Chloe was worried about him eating, so more food coming for you soon, son. Yeah, well, marrow bones are kind of expensive. The T-bones are on sale. They were like giant tub like this for like $5. So she couldn't pass it up. Mm-hmm. He doesn't look good with him shaved. Aliens will come and eat us all. How do we know they're not in human form already, and they're both politicians? Yeah, sorry I had to throw that out there. But no, my family doesn't want to read The Naked Communist. They don't think it's a book that's good vernacular right now. What I'm curious about is they're trying to force everything to communists. What happens to Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos? What happens to their money? Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, he's got those. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, settle Mars if you can. We don't have the. You do know, honestly, we don't have the technology and rocket power to get to Mars. That's a funny thing. Like the other day, we were joking about fuel, right? They say they want an all-electric motor for a boat, right? Because bunker fuel's getting high. Oh, that reminds me. I saw an article today that was an interesting article. I was telling this to what's his name? I was telling what's his name? Our buddies Higgins earlier, right, Bailey? Another article came up. Federal government is now trying to put the squeeze on shipping companies coming from China, saying they need to have a lower rate to bring over stuff over here. And yet, the shipping company said no. It's costing us like $20 or $30 a gallon, equivalent to about $3,000 per ton for bunker fuel, metric ton of bunker fuel or bunker oil. And they're saying, oh, it should be like $150 to deliver the products from China. $150 per metric ton. I mean, literally, the government can't tell these companies what they can do. Personally, I would have been basically like, you know what? You're trying to dictate the 9 shipping companies that ship products to China to America. Why don't we just say fuck it and let you deal with it? With nothing in this country. And then see how you like it when you're trying to dictate pricing to us. I mean, Biden was like, we need a better deal. $150 per metric ton. So, I guess that wasn't really interesting about what Biden's trying to do for the shipping industry. I would have been like, fuck it. I would have been like, we're not negotiating. $3,000 per metric ton for bunker oil. And by the way, it costs $1 million to go through the Suez Canal one way, $1 million to go through the Panama Canal. And they have to have special drivers to get through it because they're so narrow. And yet, well, we need a better deal on our stuff coming into the country. Personally, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Just a bunch of BS, I tell you. Everything comes from China. That's why we have a delay in car parts and everything else. People are stealing car parts off of cars now. Country's going to hell in a handbasket. And they're stripping parts from parked planes in Arizona and putting them on parts on flying planes. Those planes will never fly again. All right, well. I'll be here for a little bit longer. Can't trust China. The world owes China so much money. That's why they're holding us hostage. Your father-in-law is crazy. We know that, but my father-in-law thinks everyone who's a Trumper is crazy or who's a Republican. Be right back. Rita wants Mountain Dew. Baby Rita wants Mountain Dew. Baby Rita wants Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, please. So you have to stay up, so might as well have a soda. Cool. Cool on Mama Cat. Yeah, so you have to put the kitty cat away. Hmm? Or the chickens, I mean. So I got this book that I read from time to time. Helps me on my game I'm working on. See? Stardew Valley. I'm in the farm sims, so this is a really good game. It's got good info. You can actually do some fighting in the mines, fishing. Uh, Field. You're always you're always saying something. The other day you said something about fish and chips. Now it's about Mountain Dew. Can't you just go buy your own Mountain Dew? You probably got plenty of food stamps. Go buy some Mountain Dew yourself, Higgins. Yeah, I used to like big game hunting back then. What, you having a do and not offering me a sip? No, no, I'm not offering you a sip. You can buy your own do, Higgs. I don't offer myself a sip. Excuse me. I had that mac and cheese to try last tonight. I had to make sure it was tasty. You know, got to get down to the store to get some Ziploc bags so I can put my butter in there. I'll probably run out of butter one of these days using it. That's why I said I'm gonna get only dairy products at the store and stay away from the store. The store is just too much. Raccoons will kill and eat chickens, even the bones. So you spent some of your Amazon money finally, huh? Let's see. I want to know about that thingy. Did they even say something about that? I don't want farming with friends. What I want to know is about the how to get a dog. Because I got a cat this time around. It doesn't tell me what's what anymore. It's like, oh yeah, you got a cat. Okay. I'm trying to find something, but I can't. Trash can diving. Love that. As long as you don't get caught in the game, you can trash can dive. Somebody find something about the mushrooms. There's a cave and you can get mushrooms or something. I might have to Google that. Doesn't say anything about mushroom cave. I was hoping to get something with that mushroom cave. Because, I want mushroom. I want to know more about the mushroom cave. Mushroom cave's pretty cool, anyways. It's like, how do you get the mushroom cave? Wait, find out about that. Can you change it out at any time? Or am I stuck with the mushroom ones? That's something I'm curious about. I'm curious about that. Choose mushrooms or bats. Okay. Okay. So apparently it says it doesn't matter. It's just whatever you want. Okay. Okay. So that's why. All right. Cool. So it works for me. Works for me. Oh, great. Let's see what's going on. You still have that game, Raccoons? I've been playing with toys. I have GPS in my van. $14 for magnetic cell phone holder. Can't dumpster dive in California. It's illegal. Well, in this game, it's Dumpster diving. I was curious about fruit bats or whatever, I love mushrooms. Yeah, well, there's in the game you can get a guy that sets up a cave and you can have mushrooms growing in it year round. GM is so cheap. I've got a CD player with an FM radio, 2007 Grand Prix MP3. Does not radio CD player play MP3 music? Nope. Them cheap turkeys. Not even a 3.5 millimeter auxiliary jack. Hot here today inside. Cooling down tomorrow and continuing until Tuesday, then hot again. I'll have an event next weekend. It's cold here today inside. I cranked the AC up to 75. And then Higgins gets his bill and goes, "Oh my God, the electric's so high." 9 p.m. and 4 a.m., you mean? My bill was finished, paid off today. I had to spend $7.50 to pay the remaining bill off. And Chloe's like, "Sam, did you pay anything today?" I said, "Yeah, the last of the electric bill." "Oh, okay." Let's see. Nope, 9 p.m. and 4 p.m. You mean 9 a.m. and 4 p.m.? Doesn't make sense. I don't know. Pee Wee knows her bill better than I do. No, Higgins, you can't have a sip. Wish there was Code Red mini cans. That'd be pretty cool. Code Red. I like Code Red. Red ones. Do they even make it in red cans? The little minis in red cans? I'm curious. Ah, I see. Nope. They don't make it mini cans. Excuse me. Nope, they don't make it. Well, that kind of sucks. The dew sparked with orange voltage. I've always wanted to get my hands on that other stuff they have. Mountain Dew Baja. Baja. I bet that stuff's expensive as hell, too. I like Baja. Baja. I'm just looking. Baja Blast in a Pepsi Cube. Nope, can't get any Pepsi Cubes. Go figure. Dude, that's expensive. I asked Chloe the other day to go to the store, and she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Why?" "Because I'm not getting you Baja Blast. It would take too much weight to bring it home." I was like, "Okay." Makes sense. That watermelon's not bad, too. The Mountain Dew watermelon, I got to sample that recently. That wasn't bad at all. Yeah, well, at least you have air conditioning. I got a box fan, and my bill's still too damn high. Did Zoe leave? I think Zoe left. Okay, yep, she said turn in early, yeah. Oh, wow. You guys are big. Yeah, you two remind me of two little old biddies discussing the electric bill. Try living on an island. Your bill's more money than out here where you guys are at. Actually, I think mine was like 180 this month. No, it's actually 107, 190 this month. Yeah, well, my bill was last month. This month was. And I have the email actually. Let me look. My bill, my bill, my bill. My bill was, I think, like 100 and some. Here we go. View the bill. The bill. So, so my bill was $192 last this month, and then they had all the credits. So then it went down a bit, but it says right there it was $192 after they took it had all the extra credits. And the previous one in May was $178. So it says here last year's billing. Last year in June, it cost me $98. Last billing, yeah, and then the current billing, and yeah, so there you go. So, yeah. So it says how much electricity we used. 915 kilowatts for last cycle. This current cycle is 827. Doesn't tell us what we used currently. Analyze and understand usage. Let me see. View usage. Okay, I want to see the view usage. Nope, doesn't tell me. It's like you got to sign up for the usage program. Figures. I didn't say I was arguing. I just said I was looking at my bill. That's all. I wasn't complaining either. I paid it. And by the way, I paid the entire bill. If you want me to bitch, I'll bitch. I paid the entire fucking bill this month. By the way, I heard something funny today. Yesterday. What was it? Yesterday? Well, it might have been the day before yesterday. It's pretty damn funny. Neighbor doesn't see me that often, right? Chloe's actually been calling around places for apartments, getting applications and stuff sent. Neighbor said to me, I wonder what Chloe's going to do when she moves and she's got to pay the entire utility bill. That's not my problem. Now we are three little old ladies discussing the electric bill. Pee Wee, did she just call me a little old lady? Yes, she did. Lol, ha ha, better check your pants. Something could have dropped off. Ha ha. Jiggle the chain twice. Ha ha. There are many cans, so the point is it just keeps me going, Keeps me awake. And there we go, recycling. It's just many things, Jiggle the. And I pay all my bill every month. Me, I pay mine every month. Even if you miss $2 payment, they'll threaten to turn you off here. But the neighbor next door can rack it up $2,000, and then she goes, "Oh, I can't pay my bill." And they're like, "Here's a check for $2,000." Well, I go, and they're just like, "Oh, what did you do? What did I do?" I was $2, like one time it was only like $22 short for the previous month, and they wanted to turn me off for 22 fucking dollars. Greedy little bastards. They're like, oh yeah, but reconnection $600. Fucking dicks. Well, I pay mine every month, but I live on an island, so they just raise the rates again. They keep raising the fucking rates. But you know what? I ain't moving, so the hell with it. Now, if Chloe would fucking leave, what she's planning, then my bill might be like half of it. Nah, just gotta be patient. I'm working. Yeah, that's funny. She hasn't had a shower today. But she takes too long, She's like, ew, did you have dinner yet? And I'm like, oh, yes, I had mac and cheese. Oh, I need to get out there and do dishes or dinner soon. I said, oh, you better do the dishes first. Everything's dirty. Things still piling up. Took her 15 days for the garbage to be taken out. And she's like, ooh. I got woke up this morning early. Phone rang. It's like, hey, Rita, here to let you know Chloe's got a doctor's appointment on video. Yeah, okay, whatever. And I forget to turn the phone off. What, you turned the phone off? That's what I just said. Did I forget to turn the phone off? Oh, I think not. Yes, I did. I forgot to turn it off last night. Damn it. You woke me up. I was nice and toasty in my bed. It is early in the morning. I don't care. 4 hours doesn't make me really happy. Lady's like, can you make sure it glows up? No. But the doctor's going to get charged $250 if she doesn't make it. I don't care. Leave me the hell alone. It's too early. Finally, I made coffee, washed up, and woke her up. I'm like, you got 17 minutes till your appointment. What appointment? Your doctor's appointment. Oh. So I've been like I was having a good day, those cow things, They raised it like 40% nationwide, They're trying to control us. Yeah, my cousin and cousin-in-law is like, oh yeah, we moved to Texas, the electric's cheaper. Really? Bet you their electric's 40% higher too, and they're bitching about it. Oh, everything's cheaper in Texas. Yeah, until the freaking grid over fries and then they can't do anything. I really think the truth, Pee-wee, is they're unhappy that you and I, we both know what the hell's coming down the pipe, and they think, oh, the Republicans will fix everything. The Republican, you know what my cousin told me, Pee-wee? No, the Republic, all women do not, this is what he said, all women don't give a shit about fucking Roe versus Wade. Each state will deal with it in their own way. What the fucking women are worried about is the fucking gas prices and inflation. Really. So they'd give up their women's reproductive for gas prices and inflation. And he says, I know I would. Well, you're not a fucking woman with a beaver either. Yeah, but you know what they think? They don't think they're sinking. That's the thing. They think, oh, everything's great in Texas. Literally. And you know what? Ever since those pillows came in, Dinky has not messaged me once. Yeah. That's the weirdest thing in the world, Yeah, I can't complain about that. But yeah, you know how it is. Be right back, okay. Jealous? Maybe. I don't know. While you're out, Higgins ain't saying anything. I'm going to use the toilet. Communism is what's going to happen to this damn country if we're not careful. Oh, well. Let's see. Who's that here? Where's there the bears are at? There we go. Damn fucking foxes. Fucking bumped into the damn thing. Just screwed off the can. Committee of the school real danger runs at the city. 43. teeth yet. He clogged me up.
So you're still doing your video.
Yeah. The game too.
You talk about all the stuff that's happening with the stuff.
Talking about cows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that was relieving. Thought I was dying in there. Let's see, 11 p.m. Just now realizing I'm hungry. Dinner at 11. Campbell's chicken, chunky chicken and sausage gumbo soup with extra half cup of rice added. Microwave 4 minutes, 30 seconds. Stir heat. Yeah, Higgins, you and your soup. I love rice with chilies and soups. Yep. Put message in the doctor's office today. Online portal. Prescriptions being sent over tomorrow. They said, should I stay or should I go get them? It's up to you, Higgs. I don't know. Gonna make chicken enchiladas for dinner. Have some leftover cooked chicken, or we'll freeze the chicken and cook something else. I don't know. All I know is in the next this weekend, I think Saturday and Sunday, I'm gonna make club sandwiches. It's the weekend, so I've had my mac and cheese thing, and now my other order of mac and cheese ain't coming in tomorrow. So I got to think about dinner tomorrow. Either being corn dogs, which I'm fine with. Ramen for lunch, corn dogs for dinner sounds like a good filling meal. I'm going to try to conserve on the milk temporarily due to the fact that the milk, got to conserve it for coffee. But I did try the mac and cheese, so I know it's all good. Got to make sure we don't go hungry now. Besides that, wow. It feels like I'm just watching, Hi, what's up? Hello. Hi. You're hard to get out of there, don't you? You're hard to get out of there. How about a Hoffenpfeffer pot pie? Hoffenpfeffer pot pie, Pee Wee? Nice tasty Hoffenpfeffer pot pie? Here. She said hello. She's got to see that face. With those little beady eyes, see? Hi. I'm not going to eat the bunny. Bunny is too precious to me. It means the world to me. I can wake up in the middle of the night, hear thump, thump, thump. I know what the bunny's doing. I remember the neighbor once complained. Previous manager's like, you can't make noise at this time of night. So I said, okay, hold on a sec. Can I argue? And she says, no, you can't. I'm the manager. So I came back. I'm like, you want to argue? Argue with him. Turned around. She says, I rest my case. You can let him do what he wants. He's a bunny. She asked me to put him in my office. I'm like, I put him in the office. I like carrying him in my living room. That's where he lives. He lives in the living room. He knows his mama's looking after him. Of course, you're shedding again. Seems summer is coming. So now we got, one of these days I need to get Chloe to get me a brush for him. Or order me one. Hi. Yeah, he needs people. That's the thing. I don't want him to be without people. And besides, if I left him in the office, I might forget about him. And then when I wake up to get my morning coffee made, he sits there and goes, feed me, feed me, feed me. And he does this dance and he jumps around and climbs up on his cage. And he's like, feed me. Look at my face, feed me. And then he's like, feed me, Seymour, feed me.
If you leave him out of his cage, he'll end up becoming Moppy's dinner or meal.
That's why That's why half the time when I close your door, you got to realize he's running around the living room.
Yeah.
Problem is to do that, I don't want you to be like, oh, I need to take his shit and open up, and he runs out.
I usually make sure of that. What you could do is when you want him running around and put Moppy back there, put the leash and harness back there too. So if I have to use the restroom, I could put him on a leash.
Uh,
I could leash him up.
Look at him. He's so cute. He's the most perfect little bunny in the world. You can't eat him, Moppy. He's filled with chocolate. Chocolate to dog poison.
Yeah, he's full of dog poison. And guess what you are, Moppy? Dog! You're a dog.
Hey, Boon Boon, I have something for you tonight.
Dogs can't eat.
I have something for you tonight, Boon Boon. Let me wash my hands.
I'm gonna have some fish soon.
Should be easy to cook.
Yeah.
I gotta figure dinner out tomorrow.
And I'm holding a dog.
As long as I can get my pot and my bowl cleaned, I can always make up another batch of ramen.
I could clean it for you. We'll have the other half of fish tomorrow, and then after tomorrow, we'll do clubs. We got the bacon, we got the other stuff. Pepperonis for the clubs. I'm not really sure. Yep.
Alright, see you later, sis. What about you, Higgs? What are you up to? You gonna leave too again? We probably are still hungry. You know, the other day, thought about digging up some ingredients. Oh, Higgy, old boy. And making me some French toast for lunch one of these days. She's fully out of making, so she can make her own damn French toast.
I'd like to learn to see how you make it. Yeah, I like to do French toast. I think I eventually might buy myself some real maple syrup. You like Vermont, right?
Vermont, Canadian.
Yeah, I do Canadian.
There's because you got family in Canada.
I never met them.
So you still support the country.
I still support I support anyone, really.
Well, you shouldn't be on YouTube while trying to cook dinner while putting together a SSD for your computer. You should be doing that, Higgs. I mean, I've been on for almost 3 hours again, man. You gotta let me have a break. So I'm gonna clue. Say my game's calling me for the rest of the night. Higgins is having a chicken and sausage gumbo for dinner on rice. Well, I'm gonna look up something. Not anyone will come, but I'm gonna look for something. Alright. Damn. Oh, this could be Tuesday in there. Hello, Higgins. Did you hear what I said, man? Or did you go elsewhere? Hmm. Hello, Higgins. When's that stuff got to be used up? That's my stuff. I'm making French toast and eat it. One day I'll use that stuff for myself. Look, Higgs, I was saying you should do your thing. I should get offline. What do you say? Sounds like a great idea. I got some real maple syrup, Chloe. I got real maple syrup.
What is it? Yeah, you do. I've seen it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I've seen a lot.
Really? Where? Where?
In the covers.
Well, I got Missile Butterworth
I
too.
have not touched it because it's yours.
Yeah, well, I might share some. Alright, see you later, Higgs. Please unsubscribe, please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe button, so it's fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the bell notification for new content every day. Hit the subscribe button. Please leave comments nice as all we ask. Thank you, and God bless you in everything you do.